Good morning, or whatever time it is where you are. So, I'll talk to you a little bit about yin yoga. What is it? Why do we practice? And how do we practice? Okay? So, yin yoga is where we hold poses for a longer period of time, and this can range from 1 minute to 10 to 15. Some even hold poses for 20 minutes. And the aim of this is to focus on our joints, our tendons, our ligaments, our bones, any tissue that is not elastic, more plastic. Okay, so muscles, elastic, they stretch, and within we focus on tissues that are not so stretchy. Okay, and by holding poses for longer, we put stress on those tissues, which allows the body to heal them, to, send all the goodness to them, to strengthen them as well, because we would like to keep our bodies in shape. We would like to keep our range of motion. And that's a very focused point in yin, especially the joints. Okay, so the daytime when we practice yin is best to do early in the morning when we've not used our muscles that much yet, so they don't steal the stress away. Okay, so we don't really want to have a warmed up body. So early in the morning, for me, that's the best for yin, or later in the evening, maybe just before bed, to help you, relax and get into that sleepy mode. Okay. Personally, for me, yin is really great in the morning to help me actually wake up. Yeah, and I noticed that I've got a lot more energy during the day as well. But that's for me with yoga anyway. Although, if you don't have time in the morning or late in the evening, and you do have time during the day, practice yoga when you can. That's the most important, that we practice. We want to get benefits from it. Not when, but that we do. And if you can do it in the morning or in the evening, then great. If not, you practice. Great. Okay, side. That put aside, okay. What else is great in yin? When we hold poses for a longer amount of time, we also practice our minds a bit more, in my opinion, than when we're in a yoga flow or we're moving a lot. Okay? You're stuck in a pose with yourself. So this is where you're able to process things that come up, sit with yourself and to be with yourself, to spend that really precious time with you. This is proper self-care. Okay? Nowhere to go. It's you and the mat and your props. So it has a big effect on you. Body, mind, yeah? Yoga, we say what you hold in the body, you hold in the mind, and vice versa. In yin, that really shows. It really shows. So we work with that as well. Okay? So when we are holding a pose for a long time, we want to be comfortable, but not too comfortable. Okay? Never strain, never be in pain. In any type of yoga, never strain, never be in pain. If you are, move away from that pose, get out of it. Yeah? And also, as always, make sure that you can practice. If you have any physical ailments, mental ailments, check with the medical professional before you go practice yoga. Especially, any type really. Yeah? So, when we hold poses for longer, we want to feel a little bit of edge in yin. If you take that edge fully away, you're doing a lot more restorative yoga. And that has different benefits and different focus points than yin. When we practice yin, we want to feel a little bit of uncomfortableness, a little bit of edge. Okay, so we use props. If you don't have to use props, don't use them. If you do, use them. You know that they're for a reason. It's so important to use them when you need them. So important. Okay, so let's go into this first. So bolsters are brilliant. If you have a bolster, use a bolster. But if you don't, maybe you're just starting yoga, you're not sure if you want to invest in a bolster. Maybe you can't invest in a bolster. Fine. Blankets. Roll them up. Or duvet. If you want a big chunky one, or need a big chunky one, roll them up. Homemade bolster. Yeah? Maybe a little bit less robust, but it works just as fine. Cushions. Pillows. Yoga blocks. If you need yoga blocks, you don't have yoga blocks. I've used books before. Chunky books. That I knew that were really solid, okay? Not floppy paperbacks. Solid stuff. Pots and pans, I've used them before. They're good height for your hands. Yeah, get creative. What's around you that's solid, that's not gonna break when you put weight on it, that you can use? Use it. For example, okay, when we're in butterfly, your legs might be up, yeah? And that's where you'd want to put something. So, blanket, cushion. There we go. Now my muscles can actually go whoosh. They feel they're supported. They can release and relax. Okay? Now I'm gonna hinge forward and I feel it in my hip joint. A little bit in my lower back. That's where I want to be. That's where I want to be. Now, a lot of people say, you see this quite a lot now on social media, don't have a curved back when you practice yoga. It's not correct. In yin, we don't want to lengthen our back because what are we using then? Muscles. We don't want to use our muscles. We want to focus on our bones and our joints. Less elastic or more plastic tissues. Yeah? So curve in, and here we are. Hold the pose. Okay? Now this might get quite intense for your head. So what you can do, if you have a bolster, another blanket, if you have yoga blocks, if you have a bolster, blanket, okay, I can lean on this now. I'll put my hands here so I can rest my forehead on my hands. If you have a bolster, you can prop it up. You can probably do this with blankets and stuff, but I've not rolled my duvet up. So that would help, yeah? Make a little fort. And be in it. Okay? Be in it. So be comfortable, uncomfortable. When we take that edge away, that's more restorative, like I said before. Okay? So you want to use props because you want to be able to stay in a pose. Okay? So I'll show you one more pose with some prop suggestions. I don't have blocks here right now, but I'll show you, I'll tell you, then you can try it. Or with pots and pans, or with bricks, or whatever you come up with that you can use. Okay? So, lunging. I'll feel it here. So, ankle, knee in alignment, your hands are down. Sometimes your hands can't get down. It's better here. What can you do? Blocks. Stack them. Use the longer side, the sides, so the shorter side on the mat, and you can lean your hands on it. I can do it with a pillow. I can do it with a blanket. It's floppy, but I can. Okay, that's okay. Now, quite strong. If I need some support at my thigh, oh, that's nice. That's nice. And I can have a block here. Yeah? And then I can hold the pose. Yeah, there are so many options when it comes to using props. So when you go to yin class, use them. Have a bolster next to you. Have blocks next to you. If there's a studio that they don't provide them, bring cushions, bring pillows, bring blocks, bring whatever it is that you need. Straps. Straps is another really good one, and an alternative you can use for that are scarves or a tie. Okay? Use them. So, I'll do a little sequence with you so you can try it, see if you enjoy this or not, just experience something different. Okay? So, get some stuff together, pause the video, get some pillows, blankets, blocks, bolster, whatever you have, whatever you can use. Okay? And then come into seated position. So, got my phone with me, and this is not to be rude, okay? This is to time, because I don't want to use wonky, and I want to make sure that we practice the same amount of time on one side and the other if that's involved. Okay? So when you're ready, sit in a comfortable seated position. You might want to bring the hands into chin mudra, connecting thumb and index finger, either the tips, or you might find it a little bit more secure when you tuck it at the base of the thumb. Yeah? Hands facing up, chin mudra, chin mudra. Closing the eyes if you're comfortable. Settling in. Becoming present. Only in this moment. Focusing on the breath. So how are you breathing today? Are you breathing through the abdomen or through the chest? Shallow or deep? You're breathing through both. Do you have your mouth open or closed? Just observe for a moment. now allowing the breath to deepen. Taking long inhales and long exhales. See if you can draw that breath into the belly, into the abdomen, so the abdomen expands. And drawing it up as well into the chest, still inhaling. Sip in a little bit more, and then fully exhale, chest, abdomen. Inhaling through the abdomen, feeling the belly rise, bringing it up into chest. Inhale a little bit more. Exhale fully. Full yogic breath. Inhaling abdomen, up into chest. Exhale fully. Keep breathing like this. 5 more breaths. When you're done with 5, letting your own breath return. And slowly blinking open the eyes, bringing the soles of the feet together. Hands to the feet. Whatever you need, use that underneath the legs. Any props, maybe you don't need anything. You do, use it. And then start hinging forward from the hips, allowing the spine to curve. If you need anything for your head, support, stack some pillows, or rest on your hands. You can make 2 fists and rest on that, if that's where you get to. Okay, but use pillows. Have something on your legs even that you can lean on. So find that edge of yours, that uncomfortable comfortableness where you can hold it. And know you can always move back a little bit, or you can move forward a little bit. Yeah, so keep checking into the body. For now, find that edge and hold the pose, allowing the head to hang. Use the breath here. So when you inhale, send that breath to where you feel tension. Maybe that's the hips, maybe that's the legs, maybe that's the lower back. Send it to where you feel the tension. And with exhale, allow it to release. Allow it to let go. Allow to let go. It doesn't serve you. So imagine that tension flowing out of the body when you exhale. So inhaling positive healing energy to those tension points. Exhaling, release. Work with that. Holding the pose. Checking in with yourself. Do you still feel that edge? Has it changed? You need to back off? Or can you go deeper? You might be fine where you are. Hold it there. So find your edge. Using your hands to help yourself coming back up. Bring the hands to the knees, lifting the knees up, releasing the feet, leaning back, then wiggling the legs from side to side, releasing. Okay. Coming on to the belly. Keeping the elbows in alignment with the shoulders. Shoulder width apart. Fingers, how do you say, spread? Resting on the mat. Feet and the knees are hip width apart. Letting them relax, fully stretched out. Sphinx pose. Holding the pose here. However, that strong bolster, pillows, leaning on it. Yeah? Little bit curve in the back, focusing on the back. Okay. You want to just letting your head release as well. To release the head, if you want to, you can use a bolster, propping it up, or blocks as well. Okay? So find your edge again in your back, focusing on the lower back. I'll feel it here fine. So, holding the pose. If you're not feeling it, yeah, you're very curvy and very strong there, pushing off on the hands, curving up, you might feel it a bit more on the front body then as well. Yeah, cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Make sure your pubic bones are on the mat. Yeah, none of this pushing up. Okay, and same thing, if you want to support your head, put a bolster, have blocks, whatever. Okay, so 2 options, swings for cobra. Find your edge, play around what do you need today? Okay? Find it, hold it. And again, focusing on the breath. Breath is our anchor. Sending that energy to it. Do that tension, let it go. Release. Checking back in. Where are you? Are you where you want to be? Where you need to be? Has that edge shifted? Do you need to come down from cobra into sphinx? And you move from sphinx into cobra. You find where you are. Check in. Honor your body. And hold it for a little longer. Releasing the hands down, coming down, fully releasing the back, lying down, hands on top of each other, forehead, letting your cheek rest on your hands, yeah? Fully release, closing the eyes. Feel into the back, what's going on. Moving the head opposite side, release, 3 breaths. pushing on, coming onto the back. Can't have Saraswati falling over. Okay. Hands overhead. Legs and, well, leaving the buttocks where they are, moving the legs to the right. Then moving the torso, side, the arms, the head also to the right. Yeah? You're making a half moon shape or a banana shape. Feel it at the side of the body. If it's too strong for your arms, holding opposite elbows, or leave your arms maybe on your heart center next to the body, or maybe you want it on the abdomen to feel how you're breathing. Okay? So, if you want a bit more, bringing the outer ankle over the inner. For some people, it's the other way around. So feel what works for you. Yeah, find that edge on the side and then hold it. Close the eyes. And as always, focusing on the breath. Now allow whatever's coming up in the mind, allow it to come up. Observe what's going on. And don't judge. There's no judgment needed. Observe what's going on. Acknowledge it. Allow it to be. And then see if you can let that go. And if something else comes up, let it come up. Observe again. Acknowledge it. And let it go. The same thing might come up all the time. That's fine. There might be nothing. That's fine. Observe and allow yourself to be. Checking in, are you still feeling that edge? Do you move your legs further? Do you need to back off? What do you need? Find it and hold it. 10 more breaths, deep breath. When you're done with 10 breaths, take your time. When you're done, on doing the legs, bring them back to center. Bringing your torso back to center. Bringing the knees towards your chest. Your arms giving your knees a hug. Bringing the right hand on the right knee, left hand on the left. Circling the knees round. And the opposite side. Stretching out the legs. You know what's coming. Leaving the hips, the buttocks where they are. Bringing the arms overhead. Moving the legs to the left. Torso, head and arms to the left. Might need to shuffle a little bit. Ooh. And if you want, crossing over, right over left. Find that stretch, well, stress, I should say, and hold. Again, focusing on the breath, always the breath. Do you notice the difference between left and right? How does it feel now? Sides are always different. checking in. Are you still feeling it? You need to change the legs or the arms. You need to change the curve. Ten more breaths. When you're done with 10, locking your legs, releasing, bringing them back to center. Same for the torso and the head and the arms. Bringing the knees again to the chest, hugging the knees, and circling them round. Opposite direction. And fully releasing into Shavasana. Okay, legs a little bit apart so the toes can roll out. Spine lengthened. You might want to lift your head off a little bit and then release back down. Arms by the sides, a little bit away from the body as well. Palms facing up. You might want to connect your thumb and index finger in Chin Mudra. And just release. Feel into the body. How does it feel now compared to when you started? How does the left side feel? And the right side? The front of the body? The back of the body? And the body as a whole, how do you feel? Bring awareness to the mind space. When you have your eyes closed, focus between the eyebrows on that level, that kind of space. And observe what's going on. And whatever's coming up, whether that's thoughts, images, colors, maybe there's nothing, just allow it to be, allow it to happen. Acknowledge. And then let it go. And observe again if anything else is coming up. Maybe there's nothing. That's okay. Whatever happens, happens. Observe, acknowledge, and let it go. Slowly letting go of that awareness, feeling back into the body. Feel where the body is touching the mat. Being aware of the whole body, the whole body, the whole body. Hari Om Tat Sat. Session is now complete. You might want to bring some movement in your fingers, in your feet. And you might want to stretch your arms overhead for a full body stretch. Ooh. Make any noise. Oh. And then roll onto your right side. Taking a few breaths there. And then slowly coming back up into a seated position. So there you have it. Video about yin, a little taster. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, just let me know. What else did I forget to say? If you're pregnant, yin is probably not for you. During pregnancy, a hormone is released called relaxin, which, loosens up everything, preparing you for childbirth. So, yeah, not ideal. for yin. Okay. For my classes, I don't teach anyone who's pregnant anyway. I don't have the training. Um, I don't have kids. I don't know what it's like. Yeah, so I don't feel it's appropriate for me to teach people who are. Um, yeah, it's just such a massive thing, isn't it? So don't practice yin if you have severe ailments, if you have severe back problems or any problems really. Yin is not great. Restorative might be a lot of a more better option for you. Like I said before, consult a medical professional. Yes, they know your history, they know what's appropriate for you and your body. I'm not a medical professional, okay? Any yoga teacher isn't unless they're qualified otherwise and they tell you. Yeah, I really cannot make those decisions for you. If you are allowed to practice yoga, I will do my best to accommodate. I will do my best to adjust postures. As always, I really um, love that yoga is for everybody. Yoga is not alone postures. Yeah, there's meditation, pranayama, bandhas, relaxation, yoga nidras. You name it. You don't need to have a healthy, fit body for that at all. Okay, yin, little bit different story because it is intense practice. Yeah, it's an intense physical practice, even though it might not look like it. I think after this short practice, you can probably agree with me. So, long story short, do what's good for you. What do you need? Not what do you want. What do you need? Honor your body, as always, with any practice. And mind. Yeah, this has a big effect in here and here and all of that. Yeah, so give yourself what you need. If you're curious about my yin classes, I teach online, I teach in person. Keep up to date with me. You can find me on Facebook. Maybe you are watching this on Facebook, Instagram. I have a Facebook page, Petals and Om. LinkedIn, YouTube. You might be watching it there. And I've got a website, petalsandom.com. Drop me a message. I would love to connect with you. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. All right. I will shut up now. Okay. Oh, here's another little thing, yeah? So chill the what out. Come up with another word that's not the obvious. Okay, and that fits. I would like to know your creative thoughts. Okay, I'll finish this now with 3 ohms. Feel free to join me or just sit in the resonance of the sound. Inhaling. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you so much for joining.